Hello, welcome, and good evening to everyone watching us live on YouTube. We are in the webinar series that we have started from 16th of August, and it is going to run till 27th September, the World Tourism Day. And what is the aim of running such a webinar series? Because through this particular series, we want to introduce and we want to bring on our platform the experts from the hospitality, tourism, aviation background, not only the educators, not only the students, those who are doing lot many good jobs and other entrepreneurship activities in this particular field, but also the skills provider, the corporates, those bringing revolutionary changes in the functioning, in the patterns of this particular industry. And one such webinar, one such introduction I have brought for my lovely audience for today. Today is a special theme that we have taken, and it is related with the hospitality software. And when we say hospitality software, the hospitality software which is needed to elevate your hotel operations, and one such hospitality software is Mycloud Hospitality. It has been developed by PROLOGIC first, and today we have with us the team of PROLOGIC first here on the webinar with us live on YouTube to tell in depth about this particular software and how it can change the hotel operations with the help of technology and AI. So without wasting any time, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome the entire team of PROLOGIC first and the software development team for Mycloud Hospitality. And we have joined with us today Mr. Tanuj Arora, Sales Head Mycloud Hospitality at PROLOGIC, and Mr. Shantanu Tiwari ji, Manager Projects Mycloud Hospitality, along with other team members. So I just stop share my screen and we welcome our honorable guest for the evening. Very good evening, sir. Mr. Tanuj Arora ji, Mr. Shantanu ji,
Hello.
and Ms. Manisha ji. So from here, I'll hand over the platform to Shri Tanuj Arora ji to introduce himself and his team and to start with the theme. Thank you, sir. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here, first of all. And I would like to introduce myself. My name is Tanuj Arora, and I'm a head of sales for Mycloud Hospitality. And so let me tell you about a bit about my company. So we are in this industry, in hospitality industry from the last 26 years. So it's been almost like more than 2 decades we've been in this industry. So those who work in the hospitality industry, they know like it's a 24/7 on always. Whenever you need anything in the hotel, they are always available for you. Same goes for the software as well. When we provide the software to the hotel, they also working on the same for 24 hours. I mean, like there is not a single time we expect that they won't call us because as I said, the operation is 24/7. So our support goes for 24/7 as well. The software I'm talking about, so we have two different version here. One is a traditional one, which is used from last 20 years in the market, which is called as on-premise solution, which means you'll have the servers within the premise of your hotel, and you don't need an internet to operate on the software. Whereas if I talk about Mycloud Hospitality, it's on a current generation. Basically, Mycloud itself says a cloud version. So this software has all the features of the traditional one on a cloud version. That means you can access it from any part of the world. All you need is a laptop and internet, and you can access it. Okay. And so when you have these kind of facilities, let's say you're an owner, or let's say you're working in a hotel and you have something to report on, or you have something to look at it, you don't need to go to the hotel, or if you're away from the desk, you don't have to worry about that, because all you need is a device and internet, and you can access the whole product. in our company, it's simple funda here. So the what I mean, like whoever the owners are, they are hoteliers. Okay, so hoteliers made the software for the hoteliers, so they understand the product. So they understand the product. They develop in the such a way that each and every hotelier who is using this product can access it. Okay, so we provide complete enterprise solution in MyCloud Hospitality, which includes your property management system, which includes your point of sale, which includes your back office, I mean, back office itself a huge module which contains your material management, inventory, purchase, stores, accounting, finance. Manisha will tell you more about it. It's very, I mean, like if you're from a commerce background, you can easily understand that, or if you're from a finance background, you can easily understand that. My both colleagues are here. Shantanu is the head of support. Manisha is the head of back office. They will give you a complete overview of our product. We've been in this market from last 2 decades, and we have more than 4,500 sites which are live. And we've been in like almost like 40 plus countries where our software is running. So I just asked Shantanu to proceed with the presentation of PMS, point of sale, CRS, and anything else he would like to show you about the reports or something like that, then Manisha can take over. Yeah, thank you.
Mr. Tanuj.
Thank you, Tanuj. My name is Shantanu, and I will be just giving you a glance on the product, which is a cloud-based application, as Tanuj suggested. So I'm going to share my screen and switch off my video for a better connectivity. Okay, so I believe everyone can see the screen.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so this product which we have is a cloud-based application, and it does not require any hardware dependency. All you have to do is simply you have to go to our website, which is mycloudhospitality.com, and then there is a login button. You simply have to select India Live. Okay, and then it will prompt for the user ID and password. Every user will have their own unique ID and password. All you have to do is enter the IDs, password, and the captcha for the security protocol. The moment you have entered the password, if you have a multi hotel setup, so if you have a chain of hotels, so based on the access being given to the properties, you will see the list of properties. Otherwise, you will be able to see only the property for which you have been given an access. Okay, so in this case, let's suppose this is a property called as Mycloud Inn. Over here, depending on the subscription which the hotel has taken, plus the user, what modules they have an access for, they will be able to see the Mycloud Analytics, Banquet, PMS, POS, back office, and so forth. So let's begin with the analytics. Analytics is nothing but a dashboard which provide a statistical data based on the graphical representation for the historical as well as for the future date. The option available over here is to select a date range, or they can select a predefined date range. So let's suppose if I take an yesterday, for example, it will give me the figures as on yesterday, that how much revenues my hotel performed, what was my reservation overviews, ARR, sales summaries, collections, top 5 companies and the travel agents with terms of revenue, room nights, ARR, top 10 market segment, and top 10 business source. Similarly, I do have an option available to see for the forecasted days. So I would like to see for the next 7 days how my hotel is expected to perform. And here I can see the room revenue, occupancy percentage, and everything. Revenues, ARR, reservations overview, package overview, pickup pace, fast filling dates, etc. And now the beauty of this application is the mobile optimized. A user simply can log in through a mobile device and can access this particular widgets. Now, from one module to another module, do not have to log out and log in. Simply go ahead, select the product which you want to see. So let's suppose I go to the PMS. So in the PMS, what we see as an option of front desk, reservations, groups. So all those are some menus, which is again subcategorized into submenus, and thus menus are again elaborated in the tiles format, depending on the device the user has logged in. So if the user has logged in on iPad, this gray buttons comes in handy. But if they're working on a desktop or PC environment, they can easily access through the mouse. So let's move to the front desk. And over here, what you're going to see is all the room categories. depending on the date what you have selected. So over here, there is a date toggle to go back and forth. If I select a date and refresh, system will populate the weekly chart over here, which will comprise of these room categories, the days and the dates calendar, and the number of rooms which is available for sale on that particular day. So without jumping onto a different screen, I can see that on 10th, which is Saturday, I have 7 suite room available, 14 standard, 20 deluxe. Okay. Similarly, I have an option to see a 1-day view, monthly view. Each reservation which you see has a different color coding. So each color, so suppose if it's in a blue color, it means an in-house. If it's a purple, that means an upgraded room. And depending on the view which you have seen, so you can count on the fingers that what is the number or total number of arrivals happening on the next 7 days, next 30 days, etc. Similarly, we have a room statistics, which will give you an option to know what is your actual expected closing for today without actually running the night audit. And you can also go ahead and select a future date also. Over here, it will have a housekeeping status, end of the day projections, the activities, complementary and house use breakup. And then on the arrow key, what we have is a check availability for the next 30 days. You can see select a date and next 30 days availability will be shown. And similarly, an inquiry screen for the check rates option. All you have to do is simply enter the arrival and departure date. And if it's a company, simply select the name of the company, refresh. System will populate the negotiated rate for that company. So internally, the system allows you to create a contract for any companies. Otherwise, you can simply remove the companies and it's a normal query. Go ahead and see the reservation. And then from the same screen itself, you can go ahead and make a reservation. All you have to do is there is an option called create booking. Enter the last name of the guest. So if the guest has stayed with you before, system will search the profile. Okay. So system create a profile internally for you one time. It will not be duplicated. So you can see the total visits, room revenue, F&B revenue, MOD revenue, total revenue, etc. Simply link it and save it. And in less than 5 seconds, you can actually make the reservation. Okay. You can actually make a reservations. Then you can assign the room number from here and can do the check-in. You can also have a hotkeys over here. You can send the payment link. You can send the SMS. You can print a registration card. You can do modifications. It also allows you to create a kiosk type of setup. So when the guest comes to the reception, they can simply scan this QR code and can do their own formalities while sipping a cup of tea at the restaurant or even from the airport itself. For that reason, system captures a single historical data, which will give you that, what are the likes, dislikes, preferences, visit summaries, everything, and which all properties the guest has visited so far. So the guest has visited our 2 properties, Hotel Mycloud Inn and Hotel PF Inn, along with the days and dates, number of paxes, what is the tariff given, everything. So you have a single record for every guest. You know how important the guest is, and you can always recover on the services. Simply, you can do the check-in and then the checkout. And of course, the other module which we have is an housekeeping module. So under housekeeping, what you see over here is all the room numbers, the room types. Basically the idea is, once the rooms get checked out from the system itself, it dirty the rooms. You cannot show a check-in on a dirty rooms. Housekeeping has to clean the room in the system itself once it is physically cleaned. And accordingly, there is a toggle from dirty. You can change it to the clean. You can change it to sanitized. So we have a 3 option: clean, dirty, and sanitized. Then also there is an option to mark a room as a temporary out of order or permanent out of order. So temporary out of order does not affect the inventory, whereas a permanent out of order will always lock down the inventory, and it will not be, the rooms will not be available for sale for that particular day. Also, it also allows you to assign the maid. So in a hotel, if there are inventories and there are number of housekeeping team, and you can assign the room numbers to that particular houseboy, so that they can, at the end of the briefing, you can give a printout based on the maid list, and the maid actually knows which all room numbers has to be cleaned and what exactly the certain task needs to be performed. So for example, if I click on the assign maid for room number 9, I can select which maid to be done. So let's say it's Pradeep, and I can enter the remarks only linen to be changed, so that this particular user does not end up cleaning the entire room. They only is focused on changing the linen room and the dusting. That's it, and assign it. So end of the morning, you can always take out the printout of the reports and give it to the guest. Sorry, the maids. Okay. Similarly, in the housekeeping, what we also have a marked discrepancy. So discrepancy as in, when front office says a different status of the room, but housekeeping find a different status of the room in physical. And then if there is a difference, that is called as a discrepancy. So over here, let's suppose a front office says, that room number 1 is vacant and there is no pets. But actually, when housekeeping went to the room, they found that room is actually occupied and there are guests inside. So they marked the room as an occupied with the number of packs as 1. Move to the next room number. Front office says room is occupied. Same. Housekeeping also says, yes, room is occupied. Front office says number of packs is 1. But housekeeping says the number of packs is 3 because there is 1 extra bed, and save it. So that's how the discrepancy is filed every day. And then front office at the end of the day will go ahead and refer to the discrepancies, and mark the rooms discrepant and accordingly resolve the discrepancies over here. So they can do the necessary action, can resolve this, once it is sorted out, they can charge accordingly. Now, in the housekeeping, we also have lost and found items. Okay, so the lost and found happens. What happens when the guests visit to the hotel? It is a quite normal thing to forget things. When you are in a rush and you are an early morning flight. So let's suppose a guest forgot his wallet or the laptop charger or anything. System allows you to keep a digital record for that. Okay, so either the item is found or it is lost. You can select the item from the drop down. You can create as many masters as you want. Update the categories of the items, the descriptions. And then when the guest comes to claim particular items, you can go ahead, enter the guest names, upload the photo identities, and save it. So over here, you can see the actual record of all the lost and found items happened on your hotel. Now, the next module is a channel manager. Basically, our channel manager is an integrated. The idea is to give a hotel a revenue boost in terms of real-time connectivity with the inventory and the rates and the bookings getting pushed instantly, and also maximize the revenue by selling the last room available for hotel to help achieve the 100% occupancy. So everything is automated over here. There is nothing to do over here. However, if anytime the user would like to change the tariff for any particular rate code, they simply have to go to the rate management. So they do not have to log into the each channel, which is Expedia, Booking.com, Make My Trip. They do not have to log in one by one. Simply they have to come to this, open the rate plan, which is mapped, update the rates, select a date range for which the rates will be affected, and save it. The moment they click on the save button, automatically this message says details updated. That means in the OTAs, the rates has been updated instantly. It does not take more than 5 to 6 seconds. All you have to do is update the rates, select the date, and click on save. So real-time availability and inventory is available over here. So the availability which you see in the PMS will exactly the same in the OTA level at any given moment of time. Okay. Reports I'll just capture later. Let me just cover the POS section. Then I'll just conclude with the reports. So our POS is basically very easy to use, very subtle. Even a less technical guy can even use it. So that's how we do, because restaurants are another source of revenue for hotel, and it is becoming a major source now. So now you have to go to the POS cashiering, select an outlet. When you're given an outlet, there are multiple menus available. Simply click on the new check, enter the table number of covers, server, and then you can start selecting the menu. So let's suppose there is a beer, and then a guest orders some main course, and then there is some dessert. Now over here, there is a plus item to enter the QT comments. So let's say this chicken kadhai, the guest wants with less spicy, and this butter chicken with extra butter. click on OK. And the moment you save a check, a QT will be fired and the chef in the kitchen will start preparing an item. You also have an option to enter the GST number and the company name over here. Save a check. Now, once the checks are saved, multiple options gets activated. So you can now void an items. Let's suppose guest does not want to have this particular rice kheer. They cancel the order. So you can select the quantity, enter the reason, and void it. Similarly, you can void an entire check. You can pass over discount. So I would like to offer, in the food hard beverage, there is a 5% discount, and in the food there is a 10% discount. I do not have to calculate each amount manually. Simply enter the percentage and then click on OK. System will automatically pass up a discount percentage. Similarly, I have an option to settle it cash, card, room account, non-room account, or through the digital payment. Let's suppose I would like to settle in the room account. So I can select the name of the guest, which room I would like to settle, and settle the bill. Once the bill is settled, automatically a settlement copy will be printed, and which you can hand it over to the guest. So as you can see, this will have all the information with the PAN number, GST number, the items. The one which is voided will not be available. The discount percentage, 10% on food, 5% on hard beverages, the VAT and taxes, and which room it got settled or what is the mode of payment, and the total amount. And of course, these checks can be customized the way you want it. Okay, similarly, what we have is in our banquet. So we as a company, provides A to Z access for the hospitality industry. So whether it's the front of the house to the back of the house, we have every application which caters to the need of the hospitality industry. Okay, so now the screen which you're looking at is a banquet. Same thing that I just showed you for the PMS part, room division. All you have to do see is, we have a list of halls instead of room numbers, and that will be divided into a 12-hour time zone. Give me a second. Okay.
So till the time Shantanu is correcting with the his presentation, okay, we got it.
Just give me a second, yeah.
Yes. Okay. So till the time he's back, Shantanu,
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. So basically, what you can see is the list of halls: Royal Hall, Great Eastern Hall. You can have all the banquet halls divided into 24 time zone. All whichever time the booking is there. So let's say there is a booking at from 10 to 12. Simply create this booking. You can select an event type. It's an annual meet, for example. The manager names, who is the client. So let's say it's an HSBC Bank. Royal Hall with the expected guest as 200 guests. And average, the pack amount which you have quoted is 1,200 rupees per person. Setup type they requested is a circular, and then save it. Once it is saved, you can go ahead, enter the functions. So an event can have a multiple functions. So for example, if it's a wedding, the events can be followed as a haldi ceremony, and then the vidai, and then shadi, etc. So a function can have a multiple events. Accordingly, you can go ahead, drop down the F&B menu. So system allows you to create an F&B menu for the particular event. So you can select those, save it. Similarly, system also allows, to enter the services and equipment required. So let's say there is a DJ service, banquet services, or hall rental require. Everything is available over here. You have to simply drag and drop so that a proper function prospectus can be created. Then you can go ahead, enter the pricing. So the hall rental price you can charge at 10,000 rupees, for example. Billing item, you can select a food charge. Let's say there is 100, 1200 rupees. Calculate. And then at the bottom, you can see the total function total. So the function total is coming at 2,89,200 rupees. Save it. So now on the day of the function, when the function is actually going to be happen. So you have a list of calendars. In the calendar, you will be able to see all those functions which is available for all your halls based on the time zone and the dates. And all you have to do is simply start the event and then close the bill, and you get the proper GST invoices at the time of the event. So everything gets recorded over here. Everything is same, just like we show for the PMS, daily, weekly, and monthly calendar. Now, in terms of report, we almost have around 150 plus report if we cover all the modules. So there is no report which you can think of is not available. Every report related to the hospitality operations is available, including the GST compliant report. All you have to do is simply collapse all, and you can see all those reports characterized in a category way. So you have an archive report, you have an housekeeping related report, you have an interfaces report, manager reports. Okay, so let me just give you a quick view of the certain reports which is available at ease. Okay, so for example, sorry. So for generally for the chain level hotels, we have an chain level reports. So a hotel have a chain having a 10, 20 hotels, they do not have to refer a report which has this what we say each individual hotel wise reports. So in a single report, they can cover all the hotels. So let's say this is the hotel row, Mycloud Prime Raipur. I can see room revenue, room sold, outlet wise revenue, extra services, segment wise revenues, and then Mycloud Prime Bhopal. So another hotel in the Bhopal city, and then the another hotel in the Kolhapur city. So I do have an option available in a single report. I can see the statistical data for all the hotels in under my chain. Similarly, what we have is in a group level flash report. Yeah, so I can see the list of all the hotels, number of rooms available for sale, how many is sold, what is the budget occupancy percentage, and that is available for the day, for the month, for the year basis. And then I can see over here, revenue summary, particulars, for example, what is the budgeted MTD revenue and actual MTD revenue, and what is the variance between them. So if you have a certain budget for certain month and for certain hotels, and you are not able to achieve, so how much is the variance and what is the variance, you can get it from here. And where exactly is the variance, whether it's an F&B revenue, it's in the room revenue, you can get all those available in a single Excel sheet. So this is all. So we have like 10, 20 reports which caters to the head office. Then we have a standalone properties also. So let's say if you would like to see your daily sales report, that caters to room statistics, occupancy wise statistics, night statistics, then the revenue breakdown for each outlet and the revenue center. And at the last, you will see hotel revenue before tax and hotel revenue after tax. So this can be this is available at your fingertips. So you know how your hotel has been performing and what is the gross revenue and the net revenue at any given time compared with today, MTD and YTD, and also the last year figures to get the variance. So yeah, so we have almost like 150 plus report. If I go all the report one by one, it will take some time. So that is all about in a nutshell. So I'm passing this mic to my colleague Manisha, who will demonstrate the back office model, which is for the multi inventory system and the accounting.
Thank you, Mr. Shantanu. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shantanu. Just give me a moment. I'll present my screen, please.
Till the time Manisha ji is presenting, okay, she is there. Right. Thank you.
All right. I believe my screen is visible to all.
Yes, yes, it is.
All right. Since as Shantanu mentioned that this is a cloud-based application. So in order to log in into the application, you just need a login ID, a good internet, login ID, URL, login ID, and password. So let me log in into the application. So the front of the house operations are managed by the application which Shantanu just explained. And post the night audit is done at the front end, the revenue part is being taken care of by this particular application. I hope my screen is visible.
No, Manisha ji, abhi to nahi hai ye screen visible. It was, but not now.
All right, let me just share it again. Okay, I hope it's visible to all now.
Yes.
All right. So here you can see this, the application is divided into 5 major modules, that is accounting, interface, inventory, system admin, and system function. Also, this is a multi-property setup. So which means if I, as a hotel owner, I have a multi-property setup, I have setups across the country or probably overseas as well, then sitting at one location, I can view the positions or the finances of my unit here. So let me switch across to one of the existing unit. All right, here you can see there are 5 major modules inside the application, that is accounting, interface, inventory, system admin, and system function. So the first 3 screens takes care of the operation part. System admin and system function is basically for controlling the user access and how the setup of the user access can be defined, control basically. Okay. Going by the third screen here, that is inventory. So the inventory here is divided into further sub 3 modules, that is F&B costing, inventory, and service work order. So by the name itself, it's pretty clear that this somehow manages the inventory that is available at the hotel, that is the store management is being taken care from the screen. So here, so there is the setup of how the items are configured in the application. There is a vendor setup. Then we define the number of stores that are there in the that are used in the hotel operations, probably the food store and the liquor store. If at all the liquor store is there, there can be a journal store which holds up all the inventory. So that sums up the setup part. Then there is requisition. Requisition nothing but just the indent. All right. So the department which requires the item, they raise the requisition, and based on the setup, if the requisition needs to be approved by his HOD, then there is approved requisition. And once the indent is approved, if you need to raise a purchase order through the application, that the purchase order for the item which you need to buy, once the purchase order is created, it is approved. Then there is you receive the item, that's called store receipt from vendor screen here. So from here, you can record the purchase. Once the purchase is recorded, you select the purchase order against which the item you are receiving, and you click on confirm to AP. So that means whatever that you're receiving, the value of the liability travels to your accounting. So the account people are also aware that this is the purchase that is happening at the inventory end, and they need to sort of clear off a certain liability which is just accumulated. So there is issue screen which manages the issue from the main store. So here you click on add, any pending requisitions will appear like this. Here you can see, and what are the items under this particular requisition displays in this item description screen. So just double click on it. System autofills the detail here. At present, it is coming as red because I don't have the item in stock. So I really cannot issue something which I don't have. So therefore, it is coming as red. All right. And here you can see it is issued from the food store to the staff canteen. That sums up the inventory on the issue part. We have got costing module as well. So costing module is basically the costing on the basis of the consumption. So in the hotel premises, whatever items that are displayed as a menu item, the same recipes are created under F&B recipes, and the recipes are further linked with POS outlets. So whenever post-night audit, whenever any sale is happening, post-night audit, this data flows into back office. We run stock depletion and we also run a bills of material explosion. So on the basis of this, you get reports in terms of potential cost reports are available. Similarly, we also have got service work order. So service work order is nothing but which is pretty much similar to purchase order. Service work orders basically raised for the service job that are conducted in the hotel premises. It can be of nature of, let's say, pest control, or probably AMC of lift, or your air conditioners. So those sorts of service items are configured here, and we create service work order. You click add here. So you can enter the narration, you can enter the class, what is the class, whether it's a local service or whether it's a outstation service that you're conducting. What is the validity? Then you can also enter the item. Item here means the service job that is being conducted, and what is the delivery type, whether it's a progressive or it's a full delivery. Progressive here means if it is a phase-wise delivery of a particular project or maybe the construction site, then you can set up it as progressive. And if the setup is such that post the job is completed, you will be raising a full payment so that the delivery type is full. So that's a brief intro on the inventory part. Moving on to the accounting. Accounting is further subcategorized into 5 major modules, that is payables, receivable, bank reconciliation, cashiering, and journal ledger. So payables here is pretty clear that you manage your creditors. So you create your vendors, you book the invoices from make PJB and process receiving screen, and post the invoices are booked. There is a process payment screen. So you process the payment from this particular screen. And if the setup is such that the payment needs to be approved by a finance FC of the unit or the group FC, then in that scenario, there is a payment authorization we have got. Once the payment is approved, there is a release check. So you can release the payment to your vendors post it is approved. All right, then rest of the transaction screen, you can see our adjustment screen in terms of posting of a debit or the credit note, or by mistake, the transaction that was posted was the wrong transaction. Then in that scenario, you can use the transaction reversal screen to cancel off your transaction. If you want to see the vendor statement, you can view from statement of vendor screen. There's AP account inquiry screen to view the vendor aging. Just run a search. So this is my aging of the supplier or the liability. I need to clear it off. If I double click on it, system displays the details of probably the list of vendors and what is the aging under which these vendors are falling, that is 181 and above. So the same thing can be exported in Excel, and the same information is available in report screen as well. And each module has got its own pretty detailed screen for reports here. So going to reports of AP. All right, so here you can see the subfolders are there, and under each folder there are sub reports which are configured. So a report screen is pretty detailed. So I was referring to aging. So monthly aging. You can set up as on date, and just either if you want to preview or you want to export to PDF, let me just click on preview. So this is my month-wise aging with the supplier category and the list of supplier. Any information that is available in the preview or the PDF form can be exported in Excel as well. All right, so here you can also extract the list of the invoices booked throughout a particular month, that is voucher payable register. And we have also got GST R2. So in statement here, you can download the GST R2 register. Now moving on to account receivable. Receivable is pretty much clear that you manage the debtors from the screen. So the revenue that is happening at the front end that travels to this AR module and it lands up in modify F4 transaction screen. So from this screen, the user can actually cross verify, and if he finds any mistake, he can correct this particular, the mistake done at the front end can be corrected. That's why the screen name is modify F4 transaction. Once the transaction is modified, then there is transfer F4. The transfer F4 is the final step. You transfer the data of PMS to their corresponding debtor IDs. So here we also create the debtor IDs, and which auto travels to your front end application. Here in this particular screen, you can define the details of your debtor. And from there's attached document screen. From this screen, you can attach the document which can be referred at any time in a given in the future. All right, so there's a transaction screen to record the payment, and this is a multifunction screen which not only records the payment, but it also records the debit and the credit note can be posted from this screen, and the invoices can also be created from single screen. So that's why this is a multifunction screen. Closing again. And there's settle document. So if you've recorded a payment and you want to knock off the payment against the invoice, there is a settle document that is there. And just like the AP has the statement of account, if you want to view the statement of account for a vendor, that is your debtor, just select the drop down, enter the date range, and just run a search. So whatever is your outstanding for a particular period can be viewed from the screen. And the same information, if I want to extract through either print or export, I can perform both these functions. Also, there is AR account inquiry screen, and this also displays the aging of my debtors. And here, if I double click on it, so this displays this is basically the drop down that is available, the drill down that is there. So if I click on the screen, it actually takes me onto the transaction level. I just close the screen, I come back to the main screen here. We've also got e-invoice. So whatever invoices that you're raising, and for them, if the e-invoice needs to be raised, so there is an e-invoice that can be done from the screen, and you will get the IRN generated on the invoices which are created from back office. We've got reports. Now the rest are the inquiry screens, which are nothing but the search screens that are there. So I'll just go to the reports of account receivable. Here you also see that the screen is also pretty detailed. So basically for debtors, everyone likes to see the aging here. So I'm just extracting the aging as on date, and just I click on export to PDF. So this is my detailed aging. What is the outstanding for the 30 days, 60 days window? Well, all my...
Manisha ji, I'm really sorry interrupting you in between, but the exported PDF, we cannot see that. That is not on the screen.
Okay, thank you. Let me just share it again. However, my screen says that it is still visible. Let me again.
So to all my viewers, you are watching the demo of live on YouTube about Mycloud Hospitality. And yes, we can see your screen now, ma'am, but it is quite wide. If you can just narrow it down.
Right.
It can
Right.
fit in the screen.
Okay, just give me a minute. I believe it's pretty fine now.
Yes, yes, it is. Thank you.
All right, so that's the PDF for viewing the aging. So yeah, that's the AR which we were talking about.
Okay. Yeah, we can see that, ma'am.
All right, now coming back to the home screen again.
Mm-hmm.
So that was about AR module. Now I'm going back to the journal ledger. Journal ledger is the main module under which the main setup of accounting is done, wherein you configure your balance sheet and how you also define how the balance sheet or the P&L should look like. So you configure it accordingly, and based on that, there is chart of account which is there. So there is asset, liabilities, income, and expenses. The 4 radio buttons you can select, and you get the details of the ledger created under it. All right. Not only this, if you want to set up the budget for a particular cost center or a particular revenue center, then there is a budget screen which is available. And that was through the create modify chart of account screen. Well, if you would like to continue it, post the budget from the main screen, there is a create modify budget screen, which is available. And then there are templates available as well. So you can select the template expense I want to upload, just download the template and fill in the information in terms of what is your budget, what is your target and forecast. And the actual will obviously auto travel based on the actual transaction that are happening under that particular ledger. So that's how you input the budget into the system. And once the budget is done, if the budget is same for next year, you can simply use this option of copy last year budget. So this will auto replicate the existing budget for the new financial year as well.
So it also have the getting the amount in foreign currencies?
Yes, it has the application supports multi-currency as well. So
Okay.
sitting in India, if I'm dealing in USD transaction or the transaction in pound, yes, it can be done.
Okay, right. And
All right.
what foreign exchange it will take? The current date, real time, or it has some pre-fitted one?
No, it will not take real time, because since this is a back office application, we need to input the daily exchange rates at somewhere into the application. So we can set up the exchange rate setup here. You can see there is an exchange rate setup screen. So from this screen, we can define the rate and validity of that particular rate. If you feel that this particular exchange rate is quite stable for a particular month or for a particular date range, let's say for a week, then you can set up it accordingly.
Okay, right. Thank you.
So yeah, that was about multi-currency setup. Since now that we have defined the chart of accounts, we have also set up the budget, and we have also discussed about multi-currency. So there is JV postings. Since this is journal ledger module, so you post the JV as well. And there's trial inquiry. Trial inquiry, if I want to see the finance position for a particular period, and I want a comparison between my income and expense account. So I just select the main flags here and just run a search here. Okay, just a minute. So that is a comparison that I have put in with the particular date range against the income and expenses, and I run a search. So this is my detailed report. Okay, if I want to export it, I can export it in Excel. However, if I want to collapse it, system will simply show me the total for income and total for expenses. So I'll just close the screen. I come back to the main screen. Similarly, as I mentioned, that we have got a very detailed report screen. So reports of journal ledger here. So there's a trial balance that can be exported. So trial balance detail, from which period till which period, you can mention here. So I'll click on preview.
Right.
All right. So that's my previous year, current year opening. What is the current year debit and the net total?
Okay.
And
So up till how many years we can view the report?
Well, I've just given a filter of last 2 years, because in this demo account of mine, I have just data for just 2 years. So generally people don't, trial balance is something which is for a year to year, but there is no capping on the financial year date range.
So like why I've asked this is because in case like MIS and they have to see the trends and to fix something about the budget, so they can go for like last 5 years or like that.
Yes. So we have not kept any capping on the, or probably any restriction on the financial years. So if you want to view the financial year for the previous 10 years, just enter the date range and simply click on preview.
Right. Thank you.
All right. So that's trial balance. Similarly, we have got P&L. So that's P&L, and how I want to print out my P&L. Again, you can put the capping of the date range here, what till which till which period you want to. All right, how I want the data to be printed last year, this balance or closing balance. So let's say last year, and just simply run on preview. So this is my closing balance for the previous year, and this is the statement of my current year. And the headings here which are being displayed, this can be totally client specific, how you want to configure your P&L, how you want your balance sheet to be displayed. This is
right.
All right, so I'm just closing the screen now. Similarly, we have got balance sheet here. So that's my balance sheet with the asset and the liabilities and the total transfer to P&L account with the last year balances and the current year balances. And last but not the least, well, there's a bank reconciliation, which technically manages, reconciles your AP, the transaction posted in AP, AR, and GL. So there's reconcile bank statement, where you are just going as per your bank statement. For example, this bank, I'm saying on this particular date, this much balance is there, and I just can simply click on search. So till now, I have this single transaction here. So if I click on OK, and what is the clearing date? And if my closing balance, this matches with my physical bank statement that is there, then my bank reconciliation is good to go. I click on save, my bank gets reconciled. It's that simple. So, well, that's a small brief on the back office presentation here. If anyone has any question, we are free to answer.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Manisha. We'll take the questions one by one in hierarchy, but as of now, is there any other thing to be presented, or we should come on the question answer session as a whole, not just for accounts department, but the entire software?
Well, yes, we have covered all the applications, and yes, we are good for the question. Yes.
Okay, so I request if you can just off your screen, and we can have 3 of you on the screen so that we can put the questions.
Right.
So thank you so much, Manisha ji. And once again, I would like to thank Tanuj ji, Mr. Shantanu, and Miss Manisha ji for coming here on our platform and presenting. Now, quickly, we want to understand more about the software, and few questions I would like to ask. So if I can have you on screen, that will be good for our audience also. Tanuj ji, Shantanu ji, and Miss Manisha ji. You can off your mic, video as and when.
Yes, Chitra ji, we are here.
Yeah, but please, whosoever is answering the question, I request the person should come with the screen video. Okay, so the very first question is, we have understood that Mycloud Hospitality is a kind of a property management system. It is the software for the PMS of the hotel. One general question, if you get associated with any of the hotel with this software, generally we need time to train the people, train the staff about the software and the utilization part. So generally, how many days training you have kept for this particular software to be provided to the hotel staff?
Tanuj, I think you need to answer this because it's based on the contract.
In general, we want to ask for the audience, those who are listening, because all these questions have come from the audience.
Yeah. So basically, as per the module, let's say for PMS, it
Then
totally
it's
depends on the
I'm really sorry.
number of.
I'm really sorry. I'm interrupting you in between, but your video is not on. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
Ji.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it totally depends on the number of rooms. PMS might take from between 3 to 5 days of setup and training. If you're just talking about training, then PMS, pause, back office, altogether it will take at least 10 days to train people. Yeah, at
Okay.
least 10 days.
Okay.
And setup will take another 5 to 7 days.
So it's like 15-20 days.
Yeah, of course. If you're taking complete modules, then it will take at least 15-20 days.
Okay. And it is offline and online training both, or it is offline completely?
So as this is a cloud solution, so we recommend to have an online session so that our experts are available always whenever they need. Because when they're on site, they might get calls from other clients too. So that's why we recommend if it is online so that it will be easier for both the sides.
Right. Thank you. Now, another question is, like, this is Mycloud Hospitality. Everything is on cloud. But what in case internet goes down or we don't have any connectivity? So is it offline also?
Well, Shantanu, we can't hear you.
We have an offline version also, but two models cannot run parallelly. Either you need to buy offline or you need to be on cloud. But if you are using a cloud, if your hotel internet is down, the system is so much agile that it can connect through the mobile hotspot also.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in any case, we have to be connected with the internet.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Now, we have seen, you have talked about the banquet, because we have seen all the areas you have defined covering in this particular software. We have the front office, we have housekeeping, F&B services, POS, accounts department. Now, and even the banquet. So we have talked about the parties and the events going on, but what in case of we have to organize some kind of a big conventions or a trade fairs? So do we have some kind of a checklist or a proper plan out in this particular software so that we can easily organize our conventions and the events?
Yeah, that is all based on the setup. So depending on how big the banquet is or how small the banquet hall is and how the banquet configuration is required, it is all totally depending on the setup.
And all the checklist also, so that can be customized.
Yes.
As per the need. Right. We have not heard about the HR department, because HR is one of the very essential department of any hotel. So HR component is also there in the software?
We do not have an HR, but we have some interfaces with some companies.
Okay.
HR model is not available.
Okay. So if required, can be developed for the client?
No.
No. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is the clarity. Looking forward for that. Okay. Now another question has come. Can I add or remove features in real time? And if that can be possible, so the amount that I'm paying for the software, can it be like reduced or increased according to the need? So one thing is, can I add or remove the feature in my software real time? One thing, and that can that affect on the price of the software?
No, that's your question. Subscription and add-on and packages.
Okay, so why am I?
So if you remove the modules, definitely there will be a cost cut. But if you're removing some features in PMS, it will not reduce the cost, because like PMS, all the features are available. If you want some, if you don't want some, totally up to you.
Right. And what about the security measures, the hacking and the cyber? Because nowadays cybersecurity is one more major issue. So this software is totally protected.
Yeah, we have, I mean, Shantanu is a better person to answer
Yeah,
this.
we have a VAPT certification. Yeah, we have a VAPT certification and we follow ISO protocol of 9002. So there is a data privacy clause. Everything is available with us.
Yeah.
So
Thank
the data privacy is already there.
Yeah. So Shantanu ji, as you told that HR department has not been covered in this particular software, same I want to ask for marketing. So is there any special feature for marketing and promotion?
We have an interface with the CRM. We do not deal with we do not have our own CRM, but we have an interfaces. So a hotel can subscribe to the CRM and can connect with our Mycloud software.
Can it be possible if we can have a look onto that right now, if it is possible? Otherwise, no worries.
It's a third-party application. We do not have an access. Neither we can give the demo. Yeah.
Right. Now, Mr. Tanuj, I think the next question should be answered by you. That can be good. So we have many softwares nowadays, property management systems in the market. So what is the USP of Mycloud Hospitality?
See, first of all, we have a complete enterprise solution that is from CRS, from PMS, from point of sale to the back office, all solution from a single company. I'm not so sure in India if you find a company where you have all the solutions available with seamless operations. It's been running in more than 4,500 plus hotels, and not only on cloud, but also on traditional software as well. In India as well, all the modules are working perfectly fine. And if you're talking about the features, see, if you're going to compare it with the feature wise, you'll definitely find lots of features which we have, which they don't have. Apart from that, you'll find lots of reports that we have, others don't have. We because every quarter we release new features. Every quarter we'll release new reports as per the market requirement. And once you start using it, then only you'll know the difference.
Right. So this one thing you have also told quite interestingly for all of us. Okay, we have also seen one feature of Mycloud Hospitality, that it has a linkage with TripAdvisor. Can you just educate us for our audience onto this, how it is associated with OTT, online travel agency or online travel presence? How the software is associated
So
with that?
it has an integrated channel manager which gets connected to all the online travel agents, and it gets the rates and availability gets automated, and the bookings start flowing directly in the PMS.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is basically for the promotion of the hotel or the online presence.
Online presence, yes. Online booking.
Presence of the hotel.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Also, if you can tell us about what Mycloud Hospitality, say suppose, as you have already answered this question, but still, because the people are asking, though, for them, I will repeat, but this has been asked in another manner. So they are asking that can your software give us the costing part? If suppose 200 delegates for 2 days function, they are coming and we have to analyze the cost benefit analysis. So can the software help in that? Tanuji, Shantanu ji.
Sorry, beg your pardon. Can you repeat the question again?
Yeah, definitely. So they are asking if suppose they are organizing one convention where 200 delegates are coming for 2 days function, and they have to do the costing part of the entire function. So is the software help in that cost benefit analysis?
Yes.
Okay. For the entire event and the entire 200 delegates.
Correct.
Right. Thank you so much. So with this, I am pretty assured that we have come We have covered all the questions that has been asked by the audience. Okay, so they are also asking that nowadays, one question which I would like to take, because nowadays everybody talks about sustainability and responsible tourism. So what sort of feature for sustainability of hotels is covered by this particular software? I hope I'm clear with the question.
Shantanu, can you take it up?
Can you just elaborate once again, please?
G. So somebody is asking about the sustainability part that the software supports for hotels, because nowadays every hotel is turning about green hotel, sustainability and sustainable operations. So what sort of feature this particular software have for sustainable operations and sustainability?
So as I mentioned, the already shown the feature, it's a user friendliness plus easy to use and no hardware dependencies. And it is so agile that it works on the mobile hotspot also and mobile optimized version. So yeah, it is not very much dependent application. It's very free, agile, and easy to use.
Okay. Is it, Shantanu, is it on mobile app also?
No, it is available in the browser based. It is a browser based application. A mobile application is under development. But when I say mobile optimized, that means there are certain features which can be opened on the mobile browser and can be accessed.
G. Thank you. So since it is like on web only and not on the mobile, we have nowadays seen the feature of chatbots, AI. So that web browser supports that AI and chatbot feature?
Well, we have our own chat system. So if there are any concern with the, any queries, the team can raise up, and then there will be an actual agent which will be responding 24/7.
Not the AI chatbot.
No, human intervention is required. So that's
right. And
See,
I think that is Hanji Tanuj.
Yeah, this is a hospitality sector, so human interaction is always needed.
Yes, Tanuji, you are absolutely right. And that's where what Shantanu just told, that sustainability part comes, because sustainability all tells about interacting with each other, responsible approach. So that's wonderful thing. Right. So with this, I think we have come to the end of this particular session with many information we have collected about Mycloud Hospitality Software. And I think this is wonderfully been projected and formed and being set up with many of the hotels within India and abroad also. Tanuji, one last question for my viewers from the hospitality and corporate side. Now, what is your future expansion plan? Because we have seen that you have worked quite a lot in the foreign countries, abroad, as well as in India. But what are your future plans within India and abroad? If you can just share with us.
Yeah, so I mean, like, we are expanding every day. We are moving to different countries, and this year we are planning to reach out to each and every state, so that we have hotels in each and every state in India. And in Middle East also, we have a very good hold of the market. If you take our name, we are the second best in that region, in Middle East particularly. Most of the 5 stars are using our software. There are few areas which we are still exploring, like Europe, and but we have a very good hold in Africa and Middle East and India.
Right. And to make an extension in this question, I would like to ask, why I have asked this question is because nowadays we are seeing the expansions in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So are you also planning to move with the trend in this particular segment of the hotels? Maybe budgeted, maybe 2-star, 3-star, 4-star?
Yes. Our software is it's for everyone, whether it is a 1-star property, whether it is a 5-star property. We have different feature set which is available for 2-star, 3-star, and we have a different set of features available for 4-star, 5-star. If you see, our software is also running in a budgeted hotel, and it's also running in a 5-star hotel. So it totally depends, like, what is hotel operation is. and we can accommodate their feature request as per that.
All across the length and breadth of Bharat, right?
Yes, yes, of course,
Right.
of course.
Thank you for your time, and
Thank you.
thank you for coming here. One
Thank you
last
for having
gesture,
us.
one last gesture for this particular webinar, what I want to, from three of you, because we have put many questions. If you can just select one best question that you like, and you like to answer it, so we can offer the prize for that particular question to from our audience. So I hope I am clear with what I have just said. Shantanu ji?
Yeah,
mic.
yeah.
Ji,
I
ji.
I believe the sustainability question was good.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
same goes from my side.
Thank you, Tanuj ji. Manisha ji, your vote, please.
Yeah, even I vote for sustainability question only. That was
So-
pretty much good.
Yeah, thank you so much. So my dear lovely audience, see, whatever we do, where in field we are, personal touch, responsibility, and sustainability factors always keep there. So thank you so much, lovely audience. And once again, put your hands together wherever you are for these three distinguished guests. Those have come today, they have given their time, and they have shared the best of the best features that they have put in this Mycloud Hospitality. And we wish all the best to your software, to your company, to your venture, and to you, that you get success in all your future endeavors. So once again, thank you so much for coming and letting us know. And with this, we are coming to the end of this particular webinar and saying goodbye, sign off. With this, a promise that we come tomorrow with a new topic, with a new speaker on this same platform. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tanuj ji. Thank you, Shantanu ji and Manisha ji.
Thank you. Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you. Thank you for having us.